Let me move now to our next speaker. It's the student speaker. Vidya Murthy is here. She is, as I guess you all know, the cybersecurity risk manager at Becton Dickinson. She attended USC in Southern California, earning a Bachelor of Science in Accounting. She is co-chair of one of the most successful class gifts in Wemba history, and during her executive MBA, and here are a few acronyms, by the way. Acronyms define insiders. They know what they mean. Nobody else has any idea what they mean. GCP, Global Consulting Practicum in Africa. GMC, Global Modular Course in Israel. GBW, Global Business Week in China. And also, I gather you participated in one of the coolest leadership ventures going, rowing. It's even cooler, I guess, if you fall in, but you probably did not fall in. And last but certainly not least, I can see from only several feet to my left, voted by Wemba 42 as the person with the most contagious smile. Vidya, please join us on the podium. Thank you.
Dearest family and friends, distinguished guests, honored professors, our beloved administrators, and my esteemed classmates. On your way here today, most of you sought and took the easiest and most efficient route to drive here. You probably would have given a 1-star rating if your driver had zigzagged across the city. But in life, we haven't always taken the easiest route. To my classmates, think back to the moment when you decided to pursue an MBA. Maybe you wanted to start a business, learn to dissect a financial statement, or send a signal to the community. Each of you decided to take the hard road in accomplishing this goal. There were shorter roads, filled with fewer courses, no forced grading curves, and no pesky GMAT. But something led you to pursue this 24-month marathon filled with tests, travel, teams, and tempting plates of cupcakes. I wasn't sure that I was going to get a chance to walk this road. It was admissions day, and I had heard nothing. I was positive I had not gotten into Wharton. I left work that day in tears. I'll admit, though, there was an ounce of relief. Going to Wharton seemed a pretty daunting task. I eventually got my call, and so did all of you. Thanks, Bernie and Barb. I want to congratulate each and every one of you for not taking the easy route. We were challenged, sitting in back-to-back 3-hour lectures until 9 p.m., while the rest of the world seemed to enjoy their Friday night. Navigating team dynamics that seemed to change on an hourly basis. The fear of Sigilco not only cold calling you, but then asking why more times than seemed humane. And quite terrifyingly, not having a Halloween suit to keep up with Kim on the dance floor. It was a journey rich in moments of laughter, learning, humility, and vulnerability. And for some, included traveling to Philadelphia for classes, architecting independent studies, and taking on consulting practicums. And however challenging that last valuation was, or if you spent the night arguing with Jump, the rest of our lives continued. There were 8 of you that got married, 1 woman who delivered a beautiful baby girl, 18 babies born to Wharton dads, and 2 babies adopted by one of our Wharton moms. 65% of you changed jobs, and more of you than I can count picked up everything and moved your whole world. Throughout this, nearly every relationship we've had outside of this program has been strained or damaged in some way. So with all this going on, there were times when the motivation to come back could not be found, if not impossible to find. We lost control of our calendars, or literally lost our calendars, and needed Amy to help us. You can imagine 100 type A personalities was an absolute pleasure for Amy to manage. Let me take a moment to thank Amy and all of the administrative team for helping us whenever we got lost. We missed birthdays. Whoop. We missed birthdays, weddings, celebrations of life. I was torn to skip a best friend's wedding for class, but I was comforted by the fact that my classmates were making the same impossible decisions. We each learned in having to make trade-offs what matters the most to us. And I believe that each of us knowing what we stand for equips us when it comes time to fight. And each of us is fighting. Maybe you're fighting for gender parity, fighting for a world where education isn't just for those who can afford it, fighting to find the courage to found your startup, or fighting for more four-way wins. Whatever it may be confident in knowing that it's a cause worth fighting for. It wasn't a cheap investment being here, in time, money, or mental load. You could have bought a Tesla, 40,000 lattes, or a down payment on a shockingly small condo in Pacific Heights. We owe a great debt of gratitude to each and every one of you in this room. Our families and friends managed our absence like champions, allowing us to prioritize being mentally present at school when there were countless items that we were ignoring as a result. And without the ample support from our employers and work team members, we physically, leave alone mentally, could not have been part of this experience. Graduating as a WEMBA has shown that the more challenging the path, the richer the fulfillment when achieved. I encourage each of us to look beyond the balance sheet and advocate for resolving injustices wherever we see them. So how will you overcome the obstacles sure to find you? Not with a toolbox, but an arsenal, overflowing with customer lifetime values, conjoint analyses, and discounted cash flows. And think about the grit that we demonstrated over the last 2 years. 2 years ago, did you think that you could find the time for team calls, completely immersive class weekends, and intensive week-long global trips? The scalability and scopeability of what we are equipped to do extends beyond the world we manage today. I wish for each of us to continue to have the courage to search and take the path that is more challenging. And at times, that path to change may leave us each feeling a little lonely. But know that the family, friends, mentors, administrators, teachers, those who could join us here, and those who are in our hearts are all cheering for you. And of course, you have an army of classmates willing to review decks, practice speeches, offer advice, and take you out after a hard day at work. We live in an environment that more than ever is trying to divide people, whether based on differences in belief, ethnicity, geography, or politics. As leaders, we are positioned to not only change this narrative, but bridge the divide. We can bring people together the way we all came together to make an impact that will hopefully outlast all of us. For 2 years, we've diligently practiced constructive challenge, whether by asking just 2 more questions, or relentlessly pursuing underlying negotiation motivations. The greatest compliment I can give to this group, we have always challenged each other. And nearly every teacher has been on the receiving end of a provocative question that only furthers the discussion. On behalf of all of us, I want to thank our professors and TAs for their patience and support. We are all painted in the Wharton brand, but that might be the only thing common across all of us. We represent a diverse set of backgrounds, perspectives, strengths, and leadership styles. Our community must remain a place for constructive feedback to be aired. Challenging each other over these 2 years has always meant that the sum was greater than the individual parts. As we gain back command of our calendars, be present where you have been missing. Be thoughtful in using the 40+ hours returned to your calendars. And be patient as you work through the challenges that will find you. The temptation to revert to life before Wharton will be strong, but you're part of the Wharton family now, and family pushes you. They don't let things slide, and they expect you to show up and be present, even when it's inconvenient. These 2 years have shown that we can be pushed beyond established limits and even thrive in times of challenge. Many will offer you their best wishes going forward and want to hear all the good news as it comes. But I want this family to share its struggles. Struggles mean we're pushing beyond the zone of comfort in the name of great change. This family will be here to celebrate your success, commiserate with your failures, and encourage continued perseverance. As the saying goes, if you want to go quickly, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. May the road we go down be filled with challenges. May we fight to raise the bar on success. And may we find continued growth with the support of our Wharton family. Thank you and congratulations.